Hi, I'm Ray, and this is TinyTableGames. Thanks for clicking on my video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already to help this little channel grow. And please come along as I continue my journey of playing through all the games on my shelf that I've never played, which is a lot, and getting all the miniatures painted, which is generally what the shorts are. And if you've been following along, we just finished the first game of the Battle of Hoth campaign, the Empire one. And we're getting ready to start number 2. The rules are very simple. Follows the Memoir 44 Command and Colors kind of rules. Cleaned up a little bit with a few extra tricks in there with the various support cards and character cards. And because the Rebels lost last time, they get Han Solo and his support cards in there. And we'll see how it goes. So let's keep going. All right, here's the layout for this one. You only need 4 trophies to win this scenario. And notice the Rebels start with 1 already because they control the building hex, which is the little hangar entrance right there, which zoomed in, you can see a little bit, taking these guys off of there. See, the hangar entrance. That's worth 1 temporary victory point, as long as you're controlling it. The scenario in this case reads, move forward. We have found the rebel base, Colonel. It is time to set up the attack. You are now in charge of your own strike force. Use our AT-ATs to scatter the rebels' first line of defense. The secondary objective is for the Imperials to hold the base with a unit, which has to be infantry, because the AT-ATs obviously cannot do it. They draw 1 support card if that happens. So they just need 4 victory points to win. Meanwhile, on the rebel side, and remember, the scenario books are branching basically, so whether you're playing the rebels or the Imperials, what happens from one scenario to the next is based on the previous one with a whole bunch of different results. Said it. Now that the invasion is fully underway, these walkers seem unstoppable, and our troops are having a hard time piercing their armor. Boy, that's for sure. You must buy us some time to set up the evacuation, prevent the Imperial forces from capturing our outpost. Secondary objective. Each time you eliminate an AT-AT, draw a support card. Oh, that's powerful. Now last time, because the Empire won, they got to draw an extra support card, and their extra support card was this one, Scout. Focus, there we go. This unit does not benefit from the bonuses given, but you get to order 1 additional infantry unit after ordering everybody else. So it's honestly not that great. The Rebels, on the other hand, got to add General Solo, well, he's not a general yet, and his support card, so we shall see how it goes. So the Empire starts off again, and their starting hand is as follows. Assault in the middle, assault on the right or left flank, which is, remember, over here from the Imperial perspective, assault on the other flank, and a recon in the middle. Wow, that's a great starting hand. We're going to push on the Imperial left flank. Snow troopers into the middle. So we're going to go 1, 2, because they're out of range to shoot anyway. And that way, when the next card we play being in the middle, probably, that'll be 1 extra unit to move. The AT-AT can only move 1 space. And this one blocks all line of sight, so he'll just move up. He has no shot. And neither can anybody shoot at him, so I guess that's good. That's pretty much it. Not too exciting, but it's the first turn, so what do you expect? And their follow-up card, man, come on, it's cheap sleeves, I should buy some better ones, is a recon on the left flank. All right. Meanwhile, on to the Rebels. Yeah, I'm going to have to buy better sleeves. Oh, well, so much for the penny sleeves. We got assault on the right flank, recon on the left, raid on the right, and recon up the middle. We're going to recon on the left flank because 1, there's not too many people to shoot at. 2, when I move these guys up, then they can't fire anyway, but they're in a better defensive position. Will that expose them to extra fire? Yes. Is that probably the smartest play? Maybe not. Maybe we should leave him down here. Instead, we'll move this guy, Recon, and put him in the middle here. That allows them to fire still. 3, 2, 1, a single shot at the stormtroopers over there. Yeah, which actually hits. So, first snow in the game. And now we get to draw 2 and pick which one we want, which is the real advantage of the recon, which is everybody on the left flank or recon on the right. So we'll take everybody on the left flank. So that's them. And we're back over to the Empire. And I think we're going to go ahead and go with everybody in the middle. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. Well, actually, let's do this. If we recon on the right with 1 unit, that allows them to move once. And that'll be that. And they can fire up to 3, which is out of range of everybody. But now we get to draw 2 cards and pick which one we want. Sudden, 3 units of your choice. Cannot attack, but can move 2 hexes. I think we'll go with 3 units of our choice. Recon up the middle, everybody on the left. That may be the way to go. Sorry about the crinkling sound there. Everybody on the left, 2 on the left, or everybody on the right. Flip that. I think we'll go 2 on the right. So we're going to move these guys up 1. They can still fire, but they're still protected. So they'll have a shot at these guys. And 1, 2, 3 for the speeders, but that still leaves them out of range. And we'll move them 2 spaces so that they're still out of range. They won't be out of range forever, but because if these guys move up, that'll be 1 dice, so we'll protect them and move them to the hill. Yeah, so if the stormtroopers move up 1, they still can't shoot them. All right, so yeah, that's what we're doing. These guys have a single die shot at them from the distance. They do not have a shot at the AT-AT because this is blocking their way. So 1 die, no hit. All right, and they draw. Diversion. 2 units in different sections, roll 1 additional die. Notice that is a Han Solo support card there. With a better zoom in, you can see because it has a little gold bar for who support it is and which version of Han Solo it is. There's only the 1 version so far, but I assume that there will be expansions for this game. All right, on back to the Imperials, who have yet to actually do too much except lose 1 snowtrooper. I think now is the time to do everybody in the middle, so we're going all. So these guys will move 1. These guys will move 2, I think, because they don't have anybody to shoot at otherwise. They can't shoot now anyway, but at least this way they're getting up into the action. Same story here. 1, 2, and 1. So the only ones who can fire are the AT-AT and this unit of troopers. So they will fire back at these guys because they're the only ones they can see. Well, they can see these guys, but less dice. So 2 dice at those guys. And they take out 2 of them. So it would be 3 dice minus 1 for the hill, so 2 dice at them. And we get no hits, but 1 retreat. Uh-oh. Here's a funny thing. This guy's fenned in because his retreat lines are these 2 hexes. And you have to retreat backwards towards your baseline. Because he cannot retreat, he loses 1 troop because there was 1 retreat die. So that was as good as a hit in this case, which is a factor I had not considered, but probably should have. All right. So their new card is 2 on their right flank. Okay, back to the rebels. Now is the time for these guys to do something and to protect that guy. 1 in the middle, nope. We're going to do Han Solo's Diversion. Order 2 units, each in different sections. These units roll 1 additional die. 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3. That way they still have that 1 point of defense, but they're coming right down over the hill onto the side of the AT-AT, which is just super thematic and pleases me greatly. Okay, so that's somebody from over here. So now we need 1 other unit from someplace else, and they get to roll 1 extra die. I think we're gonna risk it. These guys are moving out of their defenses to add that extra die. All right, so we'll start with the speeders, because that is just awesome. So firing with 1 extra dice, that's 5 dice against the AT-AT as they fly down off its side. Oh, I love that. Theme. All right, so we've got, by the way, AT-ATs ignore retreats. That's a miss, that's infantry, so we got 2 hits. So if either of those hits come back with another golden star, they blow up the AT-AT. Nope, both infantry, so nothing happened there. These 2 guys hit with 3 dice, but it's +1 because of the Han Solo card. So they're firing with 4 dice at the AT-AT. And they get 2 hits also. Can they finish him off? And they do. 1 AT-AT destroyed. And that counts as a trophy. Just the 1 in this case. It counted as 2 last time. And ironically, the extra support card they draw is Combat Expertise, showing the snow speeders hitting a walker. Roll 1 extra dice for close combat attacks, which means they have to be adjacent. Okay. That changes the Empire's formulation a little bit. 3 units of your choice. Every 2 on the left flank, or their right flank, I should say. That might be the way to go. Yeah, we'll go with the 1 recon in the middle. And what we're going to do is move these guys to here, and they're going to shoot at him with 3 dice. And they get him. So that's the first Imperial trophy. And I think we're going to order everybody on the right flank. We'll move them to here. We'll move these guys to here. And we will leave these guys right where they're at. So those are the 3 activations. So 3, 2, 1, they get a single die at that unit. And they don't make it hit, but they do force a retreat. So they will retreat this way so they can threaten the other guys. Next up is the speeders, who are going to shoot into them with 4 dice. And they get 3 hits. So 1 left standing, which means that these guys are going to shoot at them too. 3 2 dice from up on their hill. And they get the hit. So, trophy number 3, the rebels only need 1 more. Starting with that first one is really good. Hitting the AT-AT really just kind of wiped out that ridge form. Their additional command card is a raid on the left flank. That's good timing. Okay. Imperials. We're going to order all the infantry in the middle. We're going to move these guys to here, which is risky. We're going to move these guys to here to support them, and these guys are going to back up a little bit. So everybody can shoot. We'll start with these guys. 3 dice against the speeders, or 2 dice against those guys. I think we're going to go 3 dice against the speeders. So that is 0 hits. And 1 retreat. Let's see, do they even have to do the retreat? I don't think they do. No, yep, they do. So the snow speeders retreat 1 square, or 1 hex. That's very unsatisfying. These guys will fire their 1 die into them. And miss. Oh boy. And these guys, we're going to shoot at that, but we can't quite get there. Can't quite get there. So they'll fire into them. 3, 2, 1 with a single die. So if they get a retreat or a hit, so if they got like a 3 in 6 chance on getting a hit as a result. Yep, that'll do it. And pick off 1 guy there. Bulls. Everybody on the left. Boy, we got 2 on the left, 1 in the middle, and move 1 unit. Infantry unit. Don't really want to move an infantry unit right now. So I guess we're going to move 2 on the left. So we are going to move these guys up to here. And we're going to move these guys over to here. And they're going to kind of converge on them. So 2 dice from them and 2 dice from them. First shot. Wow. Second shot from the other group. 1 hit. Well, that was quite ineffective. And their follow-up card is defensive position. 3 units cannot move but roll an extra dice. Meanwhile, three units of your choice. I think that's probably the time. So moving 3 units of our choice for the Empire. Let's see. We need to get this AT-AT in play. Plus now he can shoot at those guys. 1. 2. And 3. Because remember, this blocks line of sight, except from somebody who's on an even line with it. So this one could hit him, but these cannot because it's obscured. So that's a slightly safer move than it seems like. So 2 dice into those 2 dudes. 1 hit. These guys will fire at them with 1 dice. 3, 2, 1. Oh, or should they? Actually, we're going to wait. Let's wait and see how the AT-AT does against those guys with 3 dice. Really bad. It only takes 1 of them. Well, even Steven then. We'll have these guys shoot at... these guys, what the hey. Well, no, what the hey is, might have a better chance of getting rid of those. So shooting at that group, 1 die, doesn't matter, they missed. So we're gonna go with this one. 1 infantry unit can move 2 additional hexes, ignore all terrain and attack restrictions, and roll 1 extra die. So, normally they could only move 1 and still shoot. Now they can run 3 and still shoot. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. And he'll be using 1 extra die, so he'll be firing with 4 dice down at these guys. For the win, actually. Ugh. 1 hit and 2 retreats. So he is out, and 1, 2. And the news card is so close. 2 in the middle. So close. Okay, well, the Empire will be using precision fire. The vehicle can move 1 extra hex and roll 1 extra dice. So he is going... Boy, that's a tough call. 1, 2. Now, who's he shooting at with 4 dice? Good chance of eliminating these guys. Good chance of eliminating that guy. At this point, it's probably best to not take chances. So all 4 dice at this guy, -1, so 3 dice. And infantry, miss, and retreat. So it was the right choice. He's out. So that is their second trophy. Phew. 2 in the middle, 3 units of your choice. Cannot move, but roll extra dice. That cannot move is a killer. I think we'll do that. Everybody on the left. We're going to move these guys up specifically because that'll help screen these guys and those guys from at fire. Plus, it'll make them walk around. And these guys, we will move 1 space here and try to pick off that lone guy back there. So, first shot, 3 2 dice at that lone guy running away. And they get him. Gun that guy down. And that is it. The rebels have sufficiently whittled down Imperial forces for the win. So, with a rebel victory, notice when the rebels win, you go back to the rebel sheet. If the Empire had won, you'd go back to the Empire sheet. So that's kind of interesting. All right, we're moving on to scenario 10, target the shield generators. The Rebel Alliance will add Luke Skywalker to the deck, which if he doesn't say it again, you take out Han Solo. So Han Solo will be out and Luke Skywalker will be in, and the Empire will add Maximilian Veers to their deck. And scenario 10, read chapter E. Here they are. They have Echo Base and our shield generators in their sights, Lieutenant. Hold your positions and prevent their walkers from closing the firing range. Our best snowspeeder pilots will support you. And for the Empire, make way. It is time to destroy these shield generators that are preventing us from landing our invasion force. Move forward at all costs and eliminate them. Then Lord Vader will lead the final assault on the Rebel base. So there you have it. I thought that was pretty exciting. It was quicker than you'd expect, but that happens with the game, which is one of the things I like about it. It's never super drawn out, but it's quick and thematic and cinematic in some cases, like the snowspeeder sweeping down on the side of the walker, and then it turns out that it was the infantry that did it in anyway. So in my brain, that played out like a whole scenario from a movie, which is one reason I love this game, and having all the miniatures painted and everything, it's just a blast. So anyway, I hope you like it. I'm Ray, this is TinyTableGames, and we'll see you next time for Battle 3 on the Battle of Hoth.